In this video, we will be looking at words that end with the shun sound when it's spelled tion, sion, ssion and cian. The suffixes tion, sion and ssion are commonly used to change verbs into nouns. Adding cian to some nouns will usually spell the name of a profession or job. These words are still nouns. When adding each suffix to words, there are rules we can follow to help us to spell them correctly. Tion is the most commonly used of all these suffixes and comes after the root words that end in t or te. Direct becomes direction. Create becomes creation. Sion is usually used when the root word ends in d, de or se. Expand becomes expansion. Divide becomes division. Tense becomes tension. Ssion is usually used when the root word ends in ss or mit. Discuss becomes discussion. Permit becomes permission. Cian is usually used when the root word ends in c or cs and usually ends the name of a profession or job. Optic becomes optician. Politics becomes politician. For our first question, you're being asked to complete 3 sentences by adding the suffixes tion, sion, ssion and cian to the root word in each box. Remember to check if any of the words follow certain spelling rules when the suffixes are added. You may wish to write down the words on a whiteboard or a piece of paper. Top tip: when you've written a word down, check that it looks and sounds right. If it doesn't, put a line through it and have another go. Pause your video now and hit play again when you're ready to hear the answers. Let's take a look at the answers together now. In the first sentence, direct ends in a CT. So to create direction, we need to use the tion suffix. Direction is spelt direction. Magic in the second sentence ends with a C. This means we use the cian suffix to create magician. Magician is spelt magician. Finally, the word intent ends in a T, which means that we should use the suffix tion to create intention. Intention is spelt intention. For the next question, you're being asked to tick one box in each row to say whether the word in bold has been spelt correctly or incorrectly. Top tip: look carefully at each word and read it out loud. If they don't look or sound right, it might be because they've been spelt incorrectly. Pause here and press play when you're ready to take a look at the sentences. In the first sentence, the bold word is musician, which is spelt incorrectly. The root word music ends in a C, so musician should end in the cian suffix. It's also a profession, which gives us another clue that it should end in cian. Therefore, this row should be ticked as incorrect. Musician is spelt musician. Next, we have transmission. The root word of transmission is transmit, which ends in mit. This means the ssion suffix has been used correctly. This should be ticked as correct. The final word is obsession, which has the root word obsess. As the root word ends in ss, we should use the ssion suffix. In the table, the word is spelled incorrectly with a single s. Therefore, this row should be ticked as incorrect, because obsession is spelled obsession. Well done if you got all 3 of those answers correct. Hoo-yah! For our final activity, you'll see a set of 3 sentences on the screen, each with a missing word. I'll read the word, then the word in the sentence, and then I'll repeat the word. A 10-second timer will then begin, and you have until the end of that 10 seconds to write down the word on a whiteboard or on a piece of paper. Top tip, remember to think carefully about the root word and any spelling patterns that you've learned. If you need longer to answer the question at any point, simply pause the screen and hit play when you're ready. At the end of the 10 seconds, the answer will be revealed. Good luck! The word is invention. The scientist was very proud of her invention. The word is invention. Invention is spelt I-N-V-E-N-T-I-O-N. The word is suspension. The mechanic fixed the car's suspension. The word is suspension. Suspension is spelt S-U-S-P-E-N-S-I-O-N. The word is optician. I visited the optician to get some new glasses. The word is optician. Optician is spelt O-P-T-I-C-I-A-N. Well done if you were able to spell all 3 of those Shun words correctly. I hope you found this video useful, and if you need any more help with spelling or other English concepts, then take a look at the Twinkl website where we've got lots more videos just like this one.